Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I just wanted to sort of like pop in quick and show you how far I've got on my Shabbydashery journal. Now I have started a few bits and pieces. I will be doing a little bit more with you throughout the week, but obviously my back's been really sore, so I can't really sit down for very long, so it's a bit awkward making a video. But I have been up and down from my craft room and doing little bits and pieces. Now on the last video of this I said that I was going to do the journal cover off camera, which I have done, and I am loving it. Now all as I did, I showed you the card that I stuck it to, the card, the sort of like inner bit, and all as I did, I got some of this fabric which was from that lovely sort of like skirt that I bought secondhand in the market, and I've just stuck it down, and I stuck it down with some fabric tack. But I did sort of like make sure that the fabric tack was sort of like smoothed down, and I just stuck it on like that. And it also did the same with my lovely sort of like little slow stitch bit that I've done, and I just sort of like stuck it on. You can see it's a little bit wibbly wobbly there, but I'm really happy with it. And then what I did is probably see it better from this side. I just sewed around the edge. I don't know whether you can see. I sewed it actually to the card all the way around the edge, and then I sewed it as close as I could to the chipboard. It's chipboard, not card. And then I did a little bit of a zigzag. So I went around it a few times, and then I just cut it off so it's all nice and straight, and that was the best way I thought I could do it. I did try and do it so you folded it over, but this, you know, the edge has got really bulky and it just didn't look right. So sewing it actually to the card, which was quite simple, was the best idea, so you know it's going to sort of stay in place. So loving it. So I just think that looks really nice. I did add a few extra little bits and pieces. I'm not quite sure what I did, because I can't remember what I put on the other one, but I am loving it. I just think it looks really, really nice. Now I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pop the signatures in, whether I'm going to actually just pop them in, stitch them to another piece of card here and then stick that in, or whether I'm actually going to make holes through this. Not sure yet, but loving the cover, so I'm really, really happy with that. And then I'm going to just do the spine a little bit more, put a little bit extra on there, so I will do that, but that will be the last thing I do. And then I've just done the signatures. I think I showed you these before, and I've started on this one. So I've got 3 of my main pages of the digitals, and then 2 of just like tea stain or coffee stain paper. And what I've done, I popped some lace around the edges, just along the edge here, which is lovely. That one's got white, this one's got the sort of like taupey brown, and this one's got this beautiful sort of like a peachy pink. So I did that on both sides, so they both match, and I'm loving it. So I've just stuck it down with some fabric tack, and then I just sewed down the edge. So really, really simple, but I just think it looks really, really lovely. So I haven't done a huge amount, but I did have a little play with the stamps. Now what did I do with those stamps? Oh, here they are. These are the ones that I bought from Amazon. I did link them down below in a couple of my previous videos, so I don't know whether you purchased them or you already have some, but I did print on some fabric, and I bought these pins when I was away, and I've just sewed it to that pin, and I printed on some fabric, and then I got one of my lovely little charms on there, which is the scissors, which I actually used in last week's Friday freebie, which I wasn't going to use in this one because I forgot that I had them. So that works out really, really well, and it's just like a little embellishment. This one I haven't done yet, but I did print on the fabric, and I printed on the fabric with some stays on, which is this one. What did I do with it? No, I think I popped it up here, which is my timber brown stays on. I didn't use black. I normally write on here, so this is May 21 when I bought this, so this one's 3 years old and it's still working really well. I do make sure it's got that inner bit on it, and then I just store mine upside down like that in my drawer, but it's still nice and juicy. So I just printed on that. I printed on this one as well, which has got the lovely sewing machine. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that, but I was just sort of like making them up. These little bits, or that was the bit from that one, that's the leftover bit. And then I've just made some of these. Now, these bits are from the cut-offs of the edge of here. So this is the bits that I cut off, because you can see it's got that sort of like burlappy bit on the back. So I've just added a few more bits to it, and then I've just added a little safety pin on there. So these are just like little embellishments on here, which I've done. So these are just the cut-offs, and obviously they are great. And I've just popped a little sort of hook and eye on there, just as a little embellishment. You can undo it, but it's sort of like just on there, and I just think that would look nice down the side of a page, on the top of a pocket or something like that, which I love. These are the ones that I did the other day, and I've just added a few buttons to them. I made a little flower, which is sweet, isn't it? What's this one? These ones I've added a few buttons to as well. Don't think I've done anything with that. Oh, this one I just added a few, like the little hook and eye and the little snap one there with a little. I made some of these like little yo-yo things as well. I've never made those before. Not the best attempt, but I did give it a go. So I popped a button in the middle and a little bit of lace with a safety pin. So these are really nice little things to go on there as little embellishment pockets like this. So this is the cut off bit as well, so keeping those bits. So there's a couple more of my little yo-yo things. It looks like a little funny thing. I'm not sure. I'm very good at doing that. But anyway, that's what I have done so far. The other thing that I wanted to do, because these are looking quite flat, I know I've got all the embellishments bits and we've got everything to put inside, but I was thinking of making like a little fabric page to go inside each one. So let me just pop those on there. Oh, another thing, let me just show you quickly. I went to the little charity shop the other day when I went to get some painkillers for my back. They got like a little charity shop next door, so I had to have a quick little peek inside, and I got some lovely little doilies. So I got 3 doilies like this, which are beautiful. Oh, this is one I already had, but I popped them all in the wash. Look at that one, that's beautiful, isn't it? That one I already had. And they had these like little bags. Look at that, isn't that just gorgeous? It's just, I'm not quite sure what you would use it for. That one's got that on it, and this one's just sort of like a plain one, but I just think it's gorgeous. So I might do a little bit of sort of slow stitching on there, and I might make like a little journal to pop inside. Don't you think that's lovely? And I got all of that for like €1, so I was really happy. So I thought I'd just show you. Now, the thought I had about making a fabric page, I don't want it to be floppy. I wanted it to have a little stability to it. So I thought I've cut this down like probably ½ an inch on the top and the side, just so it's a little bit smaller. And I've got some very thin fabric, and I just thought if I put a piece of this either side and then just sew around it, that would make a really nice sort of fabric page. So I'm not quite sure whether to just do one side or both. I've cut 2 pieces, and I just thought maybe, shall I give it a go? Shall I try and see if I can sew around it? I just thought maybe if it's just sewing around there, I could actually sort of like pin things onto this, or even do a little sewing or something like that. But I was just thinking we could pin things on, like little buttons or something on there. So what do you think? Shall I just try and sew around it I could give it a go, couldn't I? Because if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It doesn't matter. Let me just pin that. Let me just clip this together like this. Just give it a quick sew. I just thought it'd be quite a nice idea. What do you think? Shall I just, okay, let's just try, shall we? My desk, I tell you what, the amount of stuff I have on my desk is just unbelievable. So, and I bought these pins, and they look a bit more like nails than they do pins. They're very, very thick. So I'm not quite sure whether I like those, but I did make myself a little pin cushion up there. So let's bring the sewing machine in. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I bought these as well. I had a pair of these which were plastic and they were dreadful. But these were €1.30, and look at that, they are fab. So let's see if I can actually keep them on my desk. Right, so where are we? Probably about there. Let's pull this around. Let's just see if this is going to work. Maybe I should have, do you think I should sort of stick this down? I don't really want to put glue on it if I can help it. Let's just go in here. Can't really see very well where the page is, but I'm going to just go down here and see. Let's try, shall we? I'll probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch me sew all the way around it. Okay, so there we go. Let's just see. Let's just chop those little bits off. Let's move this back into its little place. Okay, so what do you think? I could cut, obviously trim around the edge, but I just want that to sew in. I folded it first, so I know it folds well, but I think that will look really nice, won't it? I like that, because once that's sewn in, unless I sew down the sides, maybe I should. Do you think I should sew through the, maybe I'll do that, just down either side there, so we've got two sort of like panels then. Yes, let me do that quick. Okay, let's see. I might pop a little mark. Now I've got a pencil. Let's see. Let's just do a little pencil line. You won't be able to see this anyway, because it will be in the spiny bit. Okay, I can just about see that. Let's pop these over there. Oh my gosh, tomorrow has got to be a tidy up day in here. It's dreadful. Right, do we need to pull this forward a little bit? So I think you can see, can't you? Okay, let's just go down. What shall I do? Just there. Okay, I think that looks quite good. Now what should I do with these? Here we go. Let's have a look. I think I didn't want to stick it down because I want to actually be able to pin through this. So let's have a look. Let me just cut these little bits off. So one of these in each signature I think would look really nice. I will probably cut that down. Let's have a look. Let's get the signature out. So that's the sort of thing. I think I will have to cut some of that off. Oh, I do like that. Can you see what I mean? And then what have we got? Even if I use that big pin thing I made. Where did that go? This might be a little bit too heavy for it. But let's see. Like that. So then it's like a real one that you can hang. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Fantastic. And then you could put little button things on there and all sorts. Couldn't you? Little paper clips, little safety pins. Oh, fabulous. Love it. Okay, so that has come out perfect, hasn't it? Okay. Okie dokie. I will probably make another few of these. Let me just cut it down. I suppose I could probably sew in. You could probably sew a little bit of lace down the side as well, couldn't you? Or do you think I should do a little ziggy-zaggy stitch around there so it doesn't unravel? Let's see, let's just cut it down a little bit. Just. Whoops. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I think you could probably add a little bit of lace down the side. Not bad for a first attempt, I don't think. Oops, my cutting's not very good today. Go around this way. Perfect. Now, like I said, you could just do one side. So if you did one side, you could probably sew it a little bit better. But I do like that. But I think I might go around maybe this one or maybe the next one. I'll just go over this with a zigzag because I think this frays quite a lot. But loving that. I think that will look really nice in there. Now, a little bit of something down the side. I don't want to use this because this is the same as I did on the front one. So we don't want them to be together, do we? So let's unravel. But look at that. Oh, love it. Which colour, which one can we put? Maybe I've got a little bit of brown. Should I pop a little bit of brown on there? That will look nice, won't it? Just down the side. Actually, I think I quite like it this way. Like that, so it goes in. Because I think if it goes in, I think I will probably still pop some like little tabs on here anyway. Just, I mean, like this. With little safety pins and stuff hanging off. Just, I mean, that looks really nice, doesn't it? That's what I'm going to do. Pop that down the side. Love it. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to quickly go round this. No, actually, let's pop that to the side. Let's pop this over here. My desk is piling higher and higher. I don't know. Right, let's take this back out. What am I doing? What am I doing? Shall I pop it on each one? Shall I? See, you never know where videos go, do you? My idea is sort of like chop and change. That looks nice, doesn't it? What do you think? I like that. So I think I'm going to have to use just a tiny bit. There's no point in me going zigzagging around if I'm going to pop this on, is there? I can zigzag it in a minute. Let's pop a little bit of that on. I think I will pop it both sides. Stick that down, turn that over, and then when I sew it, it's going to be caught on both sides. Let's take that off. But like I said, I will ziggy-zaggy stitch it on there. So this, having the paper inside, just gives it that little bit of sort of stability to it, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to have to wait until that dries before I sew it, but look at that, doesn't that look good? Love that. Okay, let's do this side. Oh my gosh, got so much bits of cotton everywhere. I think it's sort of like I've got so much cotton around at the moment that it gets attached to my clothes and everything, and then I sort of like transport it around the house. When I go and make myself a coffee or something, I'm downstairs and I've got cotton everywhere. So there we go. It'd be nice actually to make a whole journal out of this, all the journal pages, wouldn't it? That would look really nice. If you had a really, this is a curtain fabric. This is a very, very light cotton curtain that I had it for donkey's years, and they've all sort of like got a little bit of discoloured and holy and all sorts of things. So, you know, it was time to sort of cut them up, but I've used them in my journals for a long, long time. Love that. Okay, let's just do this up. Pop our lovely big pins in there. There we go. Super. Look at that. I think that's lovely, isn't it? Okay, let's just... Should we just ziggy-zaggy stitch that? I should probably as well change the colour of my thread in my machine. But let's just pull this round. Pull this down. I am loving having my machine on the table. So much easier for me. Can you see that? Yeah. Make sure we don't get caught up at the back. Let's pop this on number 4, which is our zigzag stitch. I'm not quite sure how big that is though. Shall I do a, should do a tester, shouldn't I? Let me find a little bit of fabric. Let me find, I've got to have a little bit of scrap fabric. Okay, let's just do the size tester on this zigzag stitch. What I mean, it's that big. Do you know what I mean? So it's, that's about right, I think. There we go. It's not very wide, is it? That's better. Okay, oh lovely. Now again, we can add little bits to this, can't we? Little sequins or pins or, oh, I don't know, it's all sorts of things we can add. Love it. I like that zigzag. Like I said, it's quite nice to have, because it's a sewing haberdashery type of journal, to have different stitching in it is good, isn't it? So let's just do this one. Oops. That's not moving. What have I done? Doesn't look very good. Let's pull these out. Let's go a little further down. Come on, what's she doing? That's better. I think it was just a bit too close to the top. Snip that off. Now I'm going to, this is a bit messy up here, isn't it? I think it sort of chewed it up a little bit, but that's okay. Doesn't matter, does it? Let's put that down there to the side. I'm sure we can probably hide that with something, but I am loving these. Oh my gosh, cotton everywhere. Look at that, and a bit more. Fabulous. Love it. So let's just get a couple of, have I got any pins here? Let's have a look. I've got some little diddy ones here. Look, do you think there are any loose ones that are going to come out? A couple of bowl pins as well. Look at these. Just so we can have extra little bits of lace in there. Just have these on here. Don't you think that will look really, really nice? Oopsie daisy. Just pop a few of these. Look at that. Loving it. I think we'll have to have 3 on there, won't we? Let's just... And I'm loving being able to pin to a page. Look at that. Love them. Fabulous. Let's have a look. Let's pop this into here. Whichever. I think I might have it on that front page. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Fabulous. Fabulous. Probably pin like a little pocket on there. If you did it on one side, you could probably actually sew the pockets and things on first, couldn't you? If you were good, you could put that on there and sew that on. But look at that. I think that looks really, really lovely. Loving all these lovely little bits. But yes, perfect. So what I'm going to do, I will be making some more of these. So I've got one in each of the signatures. But I'm just loving it. Loving it. Look at all this. I think I should have a little collection of threads on mine. Perfect. And let me just... Well, I'll tell you what I was going to do as well. I've got some pattern paper. I was going to... Oh, yuck. I made a little book as well. I made it to stamp. I was testing the stamps out. So what I did, I popped... This is 2 pieces of coffee stain paper, which I popped together, folded in half. And I just sewed down a bit of scrap fabric on there. Look at the sewing machine. Isn't it fabulous? So we've got pin cushion. You've got a little pin up there. You've got like a little tape measure. I'm not sure whether I put that one upside down or not. But you've got the numbers that way. I don't know. We've got the scissors. We've got little buttons, little thread and little thimble. and we've got some paper clip safety pins and that, so that will go in there as well. But I forgot what I was going to do now. See, I go from one thing to another. I was going to use this as, I think this is just one great big piece. I think this is just one great big piece. I think so, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's huge. Okay, I'm just going to cut a little bit off a second. I've got a couple of these. My gosh, it's enormous. I've got lots of ideas, but I go from one thing to another and then I forget what I'm going to do. Where's my scissors again? So I'm going to just cut that down again. Let's pop this piece to the side, and just in case I'm going to do some of these while I'm off, not on camera, I'm going to just show you what I'm going to do. Just the plain pages. I like these. I don't want to cover these up too much. The lighter ones I don't mind, but on these, what I was going to do is just make little sort of pockets. Just sort of like scruffy pockets on here. Not quite like that, but sort of pocket bits, or like little tucks. But I'd have to sort of like double this over quite a lot because it's very, very fine, isn't it? It's very, very thin. Just as little tuck spots. Josh, I mean, got like a little tuck spot in there. And then maybe I'll make some more little things like this to go on there. But that's the sort of thing I wanted to do as well. I'm also loving this fabric, which would go really well, wouldn't it? Down there. So let's see what I come up with next, but I'm loving the fabric page. Love it. So there we go, guys. That's what I've been up to. That's a lovely little fabric page, which I think is fabulous. Loving this colour. Or maybe I'll use this one as well. I could use a fabric page out of that one, couldn't I? Because it's the same sort of fabric. It's very, very light. And it's lovely. So yes, that would go. So I will make one of those too. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so, so much for joining me. Oh yeah, no, forgot. I was going to tell you about this one as well. I'm going to pop that on the front. This is the little bag that I made with the little poppers, with a little popper. I just attached this. I just sewed that to a piece of paper. So it's very, very simple. And that's one of my printables on there. So that will go on the front cover, on the inside cover, which is super. Love it. But yes, fabulous. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you so, so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.